Setting out on a new trail, when you've never been on before, spend twice as much time looking over your shoulder at where you've come from as you do looking ahead to where you think you are going. The trail looks different when you travel it from the other direction. The landmarks on the left will appear on the right. The tree fall away from you will be toward you. The route that you tripped over will be a step that you take down. When you do this, you will be able to fix the landmarks in your mind the way that they will appear to you as you turn to head home.
By our past. It is our past that has shaped our identity. It is on the basis of the past that our operational maps have been constructed and are now open to revision.
But now we must grapple with the impact of centuries of imperial power, generations of accumulated capital, and millennia of systemic injustice and deprivation.
All life is interwoven, past and present. There is no future but that which God brings, and we, ladies and gentlemen, are not party to that discussion at the present time that I'm aware of.
The past has to be converted. In its simplest sense, conversion means turning what is already there towards Christ.
From the first time the name of Christ was uttered in our beautiful land to this very day, Christianity in Latin America wavers between submission to the God of institutional religion that colludes with the powers of the day and legitimizes oppression on the one hand, and vibrant celebration of the God of the weathered face, made known through the suffering servant who gives his life away and inaugurates a rule of justice and full life for all.
As far back as 1973, it had become obvious to Dr. Carl Menninger that North American society, and I quote, had lost our sense of history, lost our traditional respect for the wisdom of ancestors and the culture of kindred nations, haunting ourselves with the future, which is simply an illusory ideal. History, not eschatology, is responsible for our present engagement in the lives of people.
The shift of the center of gravity of Christianity to the south is now an uncontested fact.
None of us can reach Christ's completion on our own. We need each other's vision to correct, enlarge, and focus our own. Only together are we complete in Christ.
It is not that Western theology is wrong, simply that it is too small for the operating systems of Africa and indeed of most of the world.
I think in North America, we too easily assume that ordinary Christian life is one of prosperity, triumph, and success instead of marginality, poverty, and worldly failure.
In what way is the church in the North practicing Jubilee, a leveling of resource allocation and opportunity?
I think the question for us today is, what will it take for us to be satisfied? The drive for bigger, better, more, faster is central to the way we live life. And we have now exported that to the largest economies, or the largest growing economies in the world, in China, India, and Brazil, who are as Western in their thinking, economically, etc., as the United States of America.
Dare we explore what divesting from power might look like? I would challenge us all to step into new forms of north-south or east-west relations that are born out of authentic respect and the sense of mutual belonging that Paul appealed to.
This idea of mitakuye oi asin in the Lakota, and the Mi'kmaq expression a'a no gumach, which means we are all related.
In recent decades, Christian missions has in fact moved from the West to the rest, to a pattern of believers going from everywhere to everywhere.
Theology is done in community and experienced in community as well, in the sharing of stories and in the anguish of trying to understand and discern everything well. It's a shame that we've reduced theology to an individualistic speech, expressed in words accumulated in books and dissertations, theology must recover its place in the gathering of the called ones.